We got base runner on first, swinging bunt, small ground ball, short ground ball, doesn't go anywhere. The catcher fields it. But as the catcher fields it, you have the third baseman crash, the pitcher crash, and the first baseman crash. Everybody's going after this ball. The catcher gets it. Who's covering first base? Well, in this example right here, you got the second baseman that's got to make it all the way over to first base and become the first baseman on this play. Shortstop, you got to cover second base. Third baseman, once you charge, you see who's got the ball. You got to hustle back and get to third base. Left field, center field, you guys are backing up that throw to second base. And right fielder, I need you backing up that throw to second base as well as the throw to first base. Catchers, when you're fielding these balls, you got to get up quick. If it's moving, field it with two hands. If it's not, palm that ball with one hand. Line those feet up, line those shoulders up. Throw a strike right over that base. Get these plays down, guys. Here we go. Situations, baseball IQ, runner on first. A swinging bunt. Catcher fields it, throws to the shortstop covering second, throws to the first baseman, double play. All right, I like it. Since there's a left-handed batter up, second baseman's going to be a little bit farther back. Shortstop's going to be covering second base. Third baseman, you're going to charge in on this, realizing the catcher has the ball, you just got called off. You're going to head back to third in case of an error. First baseman, you can charge on this swinging bunt, realize that's not your ball, it's not on your side of the field, you should be heading back to first base. Second baseman, I want you to back up the throw coming from the catcher, as well as the center fielder and the left fielder. You guys are charging in on this play. As well as the right fielder, you're charging in on this play, and you're going to be the primary backup for first base. Still be ready for a ball to pop out of that second base throw. Pitcher, you have a backup responsibility on this play. Since the catcher fielded the ball, you now become the first base backup. If you can run in front of the runner, fine. I don't think you're going to be able to. Run behind the runner and try to be the backup for the throw going to first. This is a tough play. This is a tough read. Once the ball comes off the bat, I want you to charge it. And the only way you're not going to field the ball is by being called off by the catcher. So be aggressive to every single thing that's hit in front of you, pitchers. All right, guys, get this play down. Here we go. Runner on first, right-handed batter. A swinging bunt on the right side of the field. Second baseman covers second base, fires the ball to first, double play. Let's talk about it. Cole throws a strike. Judge takes a full swing, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's on the ground, and it's right in front of the catcher. The catcher pops up, fields the ball, throws a strike to second base. Second baseman, who's covering second base, throws a strike to first base. You get your double play. Shortstop, you're backing up in this situation. First baseman, you're reading the play. It's not coming to you. You got to get back to first base, give the second baseman a target, and set your feet. Third baseman, you're charging in on the swing, realizing it's not your ball, heading back to third base in case of an error, a rundown, that base runner coming to you. Outfielders, you guys are all backing up. Left field and center field, you guys are primary backups for second base, right behind the shortstop. Right field, you're charging in, backing up the throw to second base in case the ball goes to right field. And then you're going to be going towards first base to back up that throw. Pitcher, after the ball is thrown to second base, I want you to back up first base. So wait for the runner to pass through and then head over there and back up for a bad throw going to first base. Catchers, remember, you got to be quick, but also you can't make an error here. Set your feet, set your shoulders, and make sure we make a good throw to second base. All right, guys, moving on. Okay, we got the same play. Runner on first base, lefty batter, swinging bunt to the third base side of the field. The shortstop and the third baseman crash in on this swinging bunt. That leaves the second baseman having to read that play and covering second base to receive the throw from somebody. It could be the catcher, the pitcher, shortstop, or third. The catcher takes the ball, throws it to the second baseman who's covering second, and then the second baseman's going to do the proper footwork, chuck that ball to first base, and get that double play. Outfielders, you're backing up. You got to sprint in and get behind those bases in case that ball gets past the second baseman or the first baseman. Pitcher, your job is to back up first base. All right, here we go. Moving on. Situations, baseball IQ. You have a runner on first. Yelich lays down a bunt. Real Muto to second, to first. They get one out on that play. Nice job. Way to get a lead runner, guys. If you see the defense right here, Yelich squared around to sacrifice bunt Mookie to second base. Now, this isn't a typical thing. I think that more Yelich was doing the bunting for a base hit type of deal. With a lefty like that, and he's a speed guy, the manager or the coach is not going to say, hey man, you should sacrifice bunt to get a guy to second base. It's already a speed guy. Most likely what he's going to do is say, hey, if you feel comfortable here, drop down a bunt for a base hit and try to move the runner to second and get safe as well. So in that situation right there, depending on the batter, depending on the bunter, depending on the time of the game, sacrificing a guy over to second base means that you really need a runner on second base in scoring position and that you're relying on the next batter in the lineup to hit him in. In this situation, it could be that definitely, but I think that it's okay also for you to go for a base hit with a runner on first base, especially if you're left-handed like Yelich. So, pitchers, in this situation with a runner on first base, you have a guy squaring around early or late, you're going to have to charge and play your position, field your position. Any ball close to you that you can get to before the third baseman or the first baseman or the catcher is your ball. Don't stop until you're called off. Catchers in this position, you do exactly like Real Muto does. He reads bunt, he pops up, he comes through it, he has momentum going to second base, he fields it and chucks it to second. We get the lead runner for the out. That's excellent. He called the ball early. He let Rendon know, hey, I got it. Rendon immediately after he charged, tried to make the play, tried to field the bunt. He went back to third base in case of an error on the throw to second. So the game is awesome if you know what you're doing and you know how to play it and you can read a situation and also have risk management. Rendon is going back to third in case there's an error, and plus we have the center fielder backing up that throw. So if that base runner was going to be safe at second and tries to advance to third, we already have that base covered, literally. Great job, guys. First baseman, you see him charging in on the bunt. He's not going to just stand back, sit back, and watch this bunt happen. He's going to charge it. We know that we have the second baseman coming to cover first base in these scenarios. So the first baseman, what you do is you crash until you see it's not your ball. You have to field anything in front of you that you can get to before the pitcher, or on the second base side, anything in front of the second baseman that you can get, you got to get it. But since Guerrero Jr. is so good, he reads this ball to the left side. Realmuto is going to get it. He goes and covers first, and he's there for the possible double play. Understand these bunt plays. Get it down. This is a bunt right here with a runner on first. They get the lead runner, but the guy that bunted safe, that's okay. Keep it up, guys. Get it down. Learn these situations. Moving on. Runner on first. A left-handed batter's up. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Comebacker. Shortstop covers. He's out. Throws it to first. He's out. Double play. All right, let's dig into it. So before the play, middle infielders, it's a great habit to always yell out to your pitcher who has the bag on a comebacker. This is common practice. You need to do it every single time a base runner's on first. In this situation, Yelich, he's up at the plate, left-handed batter. Once he hits the ball to the pitcher, it's expected that the shortstop is going to cover second base because the second baseman is deeper in the hole because we're playing pull side of the batter. First baseman, you're expected to realize this ball is going to the pitcher, be ready for it to flank off of him. Once he fields it, head back to first base and be ready for that throw, either from the pitcher or from, most likely, the shortstop, like Tatis Jr. is doing right here. Popping your mitt, getting him out, double play. Third baseman, you're going to react off the ball. Boom, not going to you. You're going to back up that throw to second base. If anything deflects and comes your way, you got to get it. If that base runner is safe, you need to head back to third. Catcher, you're backing up first base on this play. You got to get there. Outfielders, you're crashing in. Right fielder, you're going to be backing up first base. All right, guys, here we go. Left-handed batter up, runner on first, comebacker to the pitcher. Shortstop covers, gets him out of first. Let's go. Runner on first base, comebacker to the pitcher. Because it was a right-handed batter, the second baseman's going to cover second base. The shortstop is going to be the backup guy. The reason for this is because before the pitch is thrown, we want the middle infielders in double play depth. And whatever the side is that is the pull side of the batter, we want them deeper in the hole, which is going to make them farther away from second. So on this play, the second baseman will be closer to the bag, so we want him covering. First baseman, You're going to realize the ball was hit on the ground to the pitcher. You got to go cover first base. You never know. The pitcher might come up throwing to you. Be ready. Third base, you're reacting off the bat, heading towards the ball. It might flick off the pitcher's foot, his glove. You don't know. Be ready for anything. The base runner at second base might be safe. You might have to hustle back to third in case of a rundown. You might be a backup guy. Catchers, you're backing this play up. You got to hustle down, expect a bad throw. You got to get there. Outfielders, you guys are all crashing. Center fielder, you're playing it like this is your ball. Sprinting straight in, becoming a backup for the throw going towards second. Harper in left field, you're doing the same thing. You're crashing. You're going to be backing up the throw. You never know what can happen. The ball can hit off the base runner's head, his helmet, and ricochet all the way to left field. I've seen it. Right fielder, you're crashing in on the play. Become a secondary backup for the throw going to second. And then your primary backup is going to be first base on this play. All right, guys, get this done. Here we go. We're on first. Nice secondary by Mookie. Oh, he's out at second. And Judge is out at first. Here we go. Runner on first base. Hard hit ground ball to the first baseman. This is directly at him. He charges it a little bit, not too far away from the bag. He has time to make it back to first base and receive the ball from second base. As you notice, the first baseman fielded this ball, turned around, threw it to second, hustled back to first, found his feet, got the target up, expecting the ball from the shortstop, from the second base bag, coming at him hot. He was ready for it. The second baseman on this play, you immediately read the ball. You become a backup guy at first. And then what you do is you become a guy that may cover first base. In this situation, the first baseman had time to cover first, so you became a backup person for first base. Shortstop. Right when the ball's hit, you realize the situation. You have to cover second base, receive the throw from the first baseman, and get ready to set those feet and fire a ball back to first, try to get double play. Third baseman. You're reading the ball off the bat. Realize it's going to first base. You become a backup guy for second base. If that guy's safe, you need to hustle back to third. Outfield, you guys are all charging on this play. Right fielder, you sprint straight in, expecting to receive this ball. Act like it's yours until the first baseman fields it. Once he fields it, you're going to be running to try and backing up first for the throw coming from second base. So you turn into a backup guy immediately in this play. Center field, left field, you guys are backup guys as well. You're going to be backing up the throw from the first baseman to second base. Now, if this throw gets by second base, you're going to have to make a good, clean throw to third, try to get that runner out, or defend him from going to third. Catchers, in this situation, runner on first, ground ball to first base. You're going to be hustling down the first base line, backing that throw up. All right, guys, here we go. All right, runner on first. Hard ground ball to the first baseman that moves him towards the second base side. He's unable to get back to first base. Therefore, the second baseman has to be a backup guy, trying to go after the ball, backing up the first baseman in case he misses it, and then turning into a first baseman with his feet on the bag, with a target up, ready to extend out and get that ball before the base runner gets there. So this is the situation where there is a double play and the second baseman covers first. Shortstop, you're going to be covering second. Third base, backing up on that throw, and then head into third base. Just be cautious. There may be a rundown. There may be a situation where there's an error. Pitcher, you just be ready to back up second base throw. Watch that play. If it unfolds to where he's going to head to third, you have to hustle over there and be involved in backing up or in that play, something to where you will help, not just standing there. Be ready. Catchers, you're backing this play up, man. You got to back up that throw from the shortstop. You got to be there. Outfield, you guys are all crashing in on the swing. Ball's hard on the ground. Right field, you are backing up this ball until it is fielded. And then you turn into a backup for the throw going towards first. Center field, left field, back up that throw going towards second base. Be ready to field it and throw a runner out. Here we go, guys. Get it done. Runner on first base. Yelich. It's a hard ground ball. First baseman dives and makes the play. Pitcher covers first. Double play. Wow. Let's get into this, guys. This is a good one right here. So the first baseman comes off the bag after he was holding the base runner on. He dives back, makes the play. Pitcher's there to cover first. Second baseman, you were going after the ball. You become a backup guy. Shortstop, you're covering second base. Third baseman, you are coming off the ball and the bat, realizing where it's going, becoming a backup guy. Shortstop, you get your footwork ready. And right when you get that ball, man, you're gonna be really quick to first base. As quick as you can, but you gotta avoid getting hit by the incoming sliding base runner. So if you see Tatis Jr., he gets out of the way after he throws the ball, which is pretty cool. So try to learn all this stuff. Understand the first baseman can make this play, and pitchers, you're gonna have to be there. Catcher, you're still backing up. Outfielders, you're crashing in. Harper and Trout, center field and left field. You guys back up this throw going to second. You need to be there. In case the ball gets past the shortstop, third baseman, Rendon, you're gonna hustle back to third base. You're gonna be there for the throw from the outfielders. Right fielder, Bellinger, you're backing up first base on this. There's always something to do, guys. Check this play out. Let's go. Situations, baseball IQ. Runner on first, ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman's in this situation. You got to square it up. You got to backhand it. You got to get in front of it. You got to field this ball, and you got to get rid of it quick. You got to set your feet, set your shoulders, and get the ball to second base. Your shortstop should be there. Shortstops in this case, man, you're gonna react off the bat. The ball's gonna be going towards the second base. You're gonna be heading towards second base anyways. The momentum's gonna take you to the bag. Have your glove ready, target up, boom. Be ready to turn a double play. Remember, our goal here is to get the lead runner. The pitcher's trying to throw a ground ball. That's all this is all about. Is throwing a ground ball and getting a double play. Third baseman, you're reacting off the crack of the bat. You're seeing the ball is heading towards second base. You're gonna back up that throw and then head towards third. There might be a rundown. There might be a different situation. You just got to read. First baseman, during this play, you're going to react to the ball off the bat, and you're going to be moving towards your right a little bit. You got to realize this ball is going towards the second baseman. This is not your ball. You got to head back to first and get ready for a throw. If the base runner steals, the throw might be coming to you. If the base runner does not steal, the throw most likely is going to go to second base, and you're going to try to get a double play. So get your feet ready, have that glove up, and have a good target ready for that shortstop to throw you a ball right to your chest. Pitchers in this situation, you're going to be reading the play, ready to back up. Any situations possible. If the runner on second base is safe, start heading towards third to be a backup guy. Catchers, with a runner on first, ground ball to second base, I want you to head to first base and be the backup. Outfielders, you see you guys are all charging in here. The right fielder, since the ball is going towards your side of the field, I want you to back up the ball. You are the main backup. After the ball's fielded and thrown to second base, then I want you to head to first base and become the first base backup. Center fielder, you're charging hard, reading for a bad throw, the ball coming off a helmet, something going crazy. In case you get the ball, you know where you're going. You're going to third, unless you're going to home. Left fielder, you're charging in, reading a bad throw by the second baseman. You're also the backup for that throw from the second baseman to the shortstop. So very important. Everybody's in the right spot, backing up, centering up, having the feet, having the glove ready to go. All right, guys, moving on. All right, runner on first. Our ground ball in between the first baseman and the second baseman. First baseman's not coming back. He cannot make it to cover first. Who's going to be there? The pitcher. The pitcher's going to cover first base, double play, ball to second baseman where the pitcher does not have enough time, where he dives, misses it, but the second baseman comes up with the ball, throws it to second, gets the out, and then the shortstop throws it to first, and we get a double play. This is it right here. Let's go. Third baseman on this one, you're going to do the same thing. Back up this throw. Be ready for something bad to happen. Be ready for him to be safe and hustle back to third. Catcher, you're backing up the throw going to first base. You got to hustle down. If he's safe, you got to hustle back home. Be ready for anything. Outfielders, you guys are crashing in on the ground ball. Right fielder, you're backing this play up until he feels it. Left and center, you guys are backing up the throw from the second baseman. You guys got to be there. Third baseman, you got to be there as well. This is it. Let's go. Get a double play out of this. Regardless, first and second, they go after it. We still got the pitcher there. Great job, guys. Here we go. Runner on first base. Judge hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstops in this situation, you know you're going to field this ball and you're going to get the lead runner at second base. If it's hit on the ground, the base runner has to go. Hurry up and get there and make a good throw to second base. Second baseman, with a ground ball hit on this side of the field with a runner on first base, you will be the guy covering second base. Have your target up, have your feet set, ready to throw to first. Once you receive that ball, get rid of it as quick as you can and get out of the way of sliding base runner. First baseman, you see the ball off the bat, you're going to immediately find the bag and get your feet set up and get your target ready. The ball is going to be coming to you. They're going to try to turn two. In the case that they don't go to second base, you're already ready. Field that ball and give me an out, and then be ready to throw a back pick to the runner at second base. Third base, crack of the bat, you're seeing this ball, you're understanding that's going right to the shortstop. I want you to hang out and read the play. There might be a rundown, there might be an error, and that base runner is going to come to third base. I need you there, ready. Catcher, you are backing up first base on this play. If there's an error at second base, heads up, be ready. You may have to go back home. Outfield, you see the ball hit on the ground. You guys are all charging in. Harper, left fielder, you're going to be the main backup guy here for the shortstop. No one else is there. Center fielder, you are going to back up the shortstop, but it's really Harper's job right here. And what you're going to be doing, Trout, is reading the ball, making sure the shortstop does get it, and then back up the throw going to second base. You're going to reroute. Right fielder, Bellinger, you're going to sprint straight in, be the main backup guy for that throw to second base, and then you're going to reroute and go to first base and become a backup guy as well. All right, guys. Check this out. Double play, shortstop, Tatis Jr. Get it done by boom, Vladdy Jr. Situations, baseball IQ. Hard ground ball hit to the third baseman. Rendon comes up with it, throws it to second base to first. They got a double play. Nice going. Pitchers in this situation with a runner on first. We want a ground ball. I need you to keep that runner on first close to the bag by mixing up your holds and mixing up your looks. We are slide stepping. After the play, I want you to be ready for an error at second and you backing up third base, being involved in a rundown, always something to do. Catchers in this situation, I need you to back up first base on the throw from second. If there's an error out there at second base, I need you to head back home and be ready for anything to happen at third base or at home plate. First baseman's on this. Once you see the ground ball hit, it's not to you. I need you to go find that bag and be ready for a throw from the third baseman or most likely from the second baseman. In this example, he goes two right away, trying to get a double play. Sometimes there might be a bobble. Third baseman's not going to go to second, and he's going to bring the ball to first base. I need you there ready. Second baseman's, I need you covering second base on a ground ball hit to the third baseman with a runner on first. You are there with your glove up, feet ready to turn a double play. Shortstops, you're going after the ball. After you see the third baseman field it, you are backing him up. If there's an error at second base, I need you to curl around and go cover third base if it's needed. Outfield, you guys are all crashing. Left fielder, this is your ball until your third baseman fields it. I need you there. Center fielder, you're backing up the throw from third to second. Right fielder, you're doing the same thing. You're backing up that throw. But once the throw is caught at second, then I need you to start hustling. Get your momentum going to first base. Covering all the bases, guys. Make sure you are in the right spot. Everyone has a place to be. Here we go. Moving on. All right, runner on first. He's stealing. Mookie got a great jump. He's off to second. But he gets doubled up at first. What happened? So he's off stealing. Judge takes a full hack. He hits a fly ball. It's a foul ball. So number one, it's up in the air while you got a base runner stealing. This right here is something that you have to recognize, and once Mookie realizes that it's too late. This is why it's a great idea when you're stealing with a guy up there that likes to hit, and there's no steal sign on and no take sign. You have to look in because he might swing and you might have this situation happen. So as a base runner, you have to be cautious about this. You have to be able to read this off the bat, see it go in the air, pick up your third base coach, and start heading back to first before this ball's caught. So in this situation, great job, pitcher, for throwing a ball that was hit high in the air, giving enough time for your defenders to get underneath it. Third baseman, shortstop, left field, you guys are all going after this ball as hard as you can. Someone's going to make the catch. Outfielders, you can call off the infielders. Shortstop, you can call everybody off here except the outfielder if he calls you off. Center fielder is the captain in the infield. Center fielder, you're the captain in the outfield. But outfielders trump infielders when it comes to fly balls. But if the infielder's underneath it, don't call him off. Just back him up because he's got it. But if he's running back on it, sprinting, and you're there and you can go and catch it, then call him off in enough time to get him out of the way so you can confidently go and make this catch. Because look, when this ball's caught, the base runner's at second. All you got to do is set your feet and throw a strike to first base. And he is out. You have gotten a double play off of one pitch. First baseman in this situation, see the ball up, go to first base, expect the throw. You know that the base runner has to come back to first. If the ball was hit on the ground in fair territory, he can stay there. That's no problem. But since the ball was hit in the air and it was caught, the ball did not hit the ground after the pitcher threw it. It was hit in the air and the defender caught it before it touched the ground. It doesn't matter if it's fair or foul. The base runner can still be doubled up. Right fielder, you're charging in on this ball, and then your primary backup to first base. You know this is going to be a long throw. There may be an error on this play. Fly ball with throws, they're sometimes tough to make. Catchers, you're realizing this play is foul. You are going to back up first base. Hitters, judge, in this example, great job. Regardless if the ball's hit on the ground, in the air for a line drive, a little nubber back to the pitcher, foul ball, it doesn't matter. Sprint this thing out. No matter what, sprint this thing out. Situations, baseball IQ, runner on first base. Hard ground ball gets through the infield to the right fielder. He is out at third base. Right fielder Bellinger made a throw all the way to third base. He's throwing 2 bases ahead of the base runner. Great job. Great job. Even after the play, the center fielder and the right fielder back up the throw going to second. Let's dig more into this. Pitcher, great job throwing a ground ball. Fortunately, Guerrero Jr. and Baez, man, this got through you guys. After the secondary shuffle, Guerrero tried to get there, just got through. So Guerrero avoids collision with Judge at first base. He gets around it. He lets Judge have the bag because it got through. It's not an infield anything. It's to the outfield. It's a single. It's a base hit with a runner on first base. So unless you're on a short field and this is really shallow, the outfielders are usually going to be throwing 2 bases ahead. On the big fields, always. You're just going to be throwing to the cutoff man unless the base runner just kind of strolls into second base. He doesn't attempt to go to third. But you should just come up throwing to third base hard and low so it can be cut. In this situation, Bellinger left the ball up, but it was a good thing because it got the base runner out at third base, so he got the lead runner. Bellinger throws it all the way through the cut, over the cut, to third base, where the pitcher's backing up and so is the left fielder. Everyone has a spot to be at. The catcher stays home because if this guy's safe, he's in scoring position. So he needs to stay home on this play. First baseman, you're not a cut for anything. The play is going to be going to third base, but be ready for a back pick. Be ready for the right fielder to come up throwing to first base, which would be odd, but just be ready. Second baseman, after you go through the ball and you know it's through, you're not going to be getting the ball. You're not the cutoff man. Your job is to go and cover second base in case the batter that hit it heads to second, or there's a rundown situation with the lead runner. So everybody is on a base. Everybody has a place to back up. And we do have a cutoff man in the situation. It is the shortstop. Great job, everybody. Hard hit ground ball to right field with a base runner on first. Right field, you're going to be thrown to third. Shortstop, you're the cut. Second baseman, you're covering second base. First baseman, get back to first. Third baseman, you're covering third. Left field, you're backing up. Center field, you're going for the ball. You're helping your right fielder out in case he misses it. Telling him where to throw it. And then after the play, both you guys, I want you guys backing this throw going to second base where Judge is safe. Good base running on Judge's part. He sees the throw is over the cutoff man's head. Right when that happens, as you see there, man, he just takes off because the cutoff man can't cut it. So he just goes and takes an extra base. This is why, guys, from the outfield, keep those throws low. always being able to cut him. But in case it doesn't, you get the guy out, great job. But you're going to have other guys taking extra bases on you. Learn this game, guys. All right, here we go. Moving on. Runner on first base. Looks like a curveball. Judge drives it to right field. High in the air. Deep fly ball. The runner on first was tagging. Oh, he was held up. He tries to go back. He's backpicked by the second baseman who cut the ball from the right fielder. Oh, man, let's check this play out. So right off the bat, right fielder drop steps, gets behind the ball, sees that the runner's tagging. So he's set up to throw to second base. The second baseman at contact is going back on the ball. Then he lines up with the ball and second base in a straight line. He has his hands up. He's hollering second base, 2, 2, 2. He wants the ball. Right when he receives the ball from the right fielder, he checks the runner and sees that it was a fake tag and the guy's still hanging out. So he backpicks him. The first baseman's ready for it. He had his glove up, his feet were ready. He placed the tag on the base runner. He's called out. Double play. And this is executed very nicely. You see Judge. Judge hits the fly ball. He sprints to first, realizes he's tagging, doesn't overrun the bag, doesn't cross the bag, doesn't need to. He stops. Once the ball's caught, he runs off the field into foul territory, giving more room for the whole play to develop. The shortstop's covering second base. Third base, you're backing up that throw that's supposedly going to go to second base from the right fielder. Remember, outfielders, you're supposed to throw all the way to the bag, but this is the situation where it's proven that you need to keep it low enough for it to be able to be cut. And this is why, right here, you had an opportunity for an out, and the second baseman got it because of the right fielder's throw. Center fielder, you're all the way in right field. If this ball gets by the right fielder, if it hits him in the head, if it flanks off, if he just straight up misses it, you're going to be there to help him. Also, if he makes the catch, you're still there telling him 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Harper, left fielder, you're going to go back up this throw. We already said that. The whole side of the field, you guys are just backing up. Everyone has a place to go to. Catcher, you're watching this deep fly ball. As the play develops, you see the base runner tagging. You get your momentum going behind the bag. Play develops into a back pick. You're there to back up. Great job. Moving on, guys. Runner on first base. Curveball to Judge. Crushes a ground ball to the right side. It's through to the right fielder. Mookie's going to third. Bellinger throws him out. Wow. Let's look more into this play here, because it looked like the ball was cut. In this situation with the outfielder charging, usually it's not going to be a cut ball. They're going to throw it all the way, but the throw was off. Tatis Jr. lined up straight between the ball and third base, and then you see him have to move to his right to cut the ball. Third baseman, your job is to tell the shortstop to let it go through, to cut 3, to cut 2, or to cut 1 in this situation. You have to be verbal and you have to communicate. In this situation, the third baseman should have said cut 3 because they had Mookie right there. You can see it. The ball was going to beat him. And then after the play, the second baseman, after he dives, after the ground ball, he misses it. It's through. The throw goes to third base. He gets up and covers second base because the base runner that hit the ball, he's coming. Remember, if it goes through the infield, that's a single. If it's on the ground, that's a single. So that base runner is going to take a turn. See the first baseman right here. He's holding him on before the pitch. During the delivery, the ball's on its way to the home plate. First baseman shuffles off and gets into a defensive ready position. He goes after the ball. He misses it. He rounds the bag. He gets out of the way of Judge coming through and then gets his feet on the bag, ready for a back pick, ready for a rundown, ready for a throw. The catcher in this situation and the pitcher, they're both going towards the ball. The pitcher is trying to field it at first, but then he realizes that it's through. Because remember, if this is a ground ball on the right side with a runner on first, the pitcher's got to cover first base in some scenarios. Also, the catcher, you got to back up in that scenario. If that does not get through, if Guerrero Jr. fields that ball, catchers, I need you to back up first base. Pitchers, I need you to cover first base, possibly. But since the ball went through, you see Cole, he sprints over and backs up third base, along with Harper, the left fielder. The catcher, after he goes to back up first base, he sees it through and then goes back to home plate. So this is why baseball is so complicated. This is why baseball is so hard to get, is because during the play, the situation changes. Because it could be one thing, and now it got through, and now it's a whole different situation. This is a single to right field with a throw going towards third. The shortstop is the cutoff man. He cuts it and still brings the ball to third base, gets the runner out. The third baseman comes up throwing to second base because he reads that he can make it to second base on that ball, and he's out. Double play. Great job, defense. Get this play down. Let's see it done in a tournament. Runner on first base. Hard hit ground ball by Judge up the middle to the center fielder. Mookie's going for third. Shortstop's there to cut it. It's a bad throw to the third baseman. He tags him out and then sprints to the base runner on first base and makes him go back. Let's check it out. Throw to third, tag, he's gone, and then he sprints, ball in his hand, right at the first base runner, makes him commit back to first. This is what you got to do, third basemen. Tag this guy out, and then get off that bag with a ball in your hand, ready to throw, sprinting at that base runner that took that turn, and he's just hanging out. Watch this. Yeah, get him back there. Right fielder, you're going to be backing that up, just in case there's a throw. Shortstop, you're the cut. Second baseman, you got the second base bag on this play. Center fielder, I want you charging this ball if you can. Left fielder, you got to back him up. Center fielder, when you come up throwing, in this example, your throw is offline, but it was cuttable. So the shortstop was able to cut the bad throw that was not going to end up at third base. Since it was low enough, the shortstop, Tatis Jr., got a hold of it and was able to still produce an out. Look at that. So even though you're offline, that may be better than being high, because look, Tatis Jr. fielded this. He cut it. He got it. Rendon, the third baseman, was telling him, cut three, cut three, cut three. Bam, got him out. Pitcher, you're backing up third base in this case. Go for the ball. It went between your legs. He hit it to your right side. That's okay. Back up third base. Be there in case it gets past the third baseman. Right fielder, you're backing up first base. Catcher, I want you staying home. There's a guy possible in running or in the scoring position, and he's running, and you need to stay home in case something happens and the ball's coming there because the base runner's on his way to score. All right, guys, get this going. Let's do it. Moving on. Runner on first base. Cole delivers. Hard ground ball up the middle through the pitcher's feet, past the middle infielders. Trout fields it, throws it to the shortstop, throws it to first. He's out. Back pick. Wow. Let's check it out. Nice pitch, Cole. Hey, he hit it hard. So what? It's okay. Trout, nice throw. Tatis Jr., way to read it, man. You know, I know you had some help from Rendon, third base. Your job right here is to tell the cutoff man where to throw the ball. Now, if it's a great throw and you're going to get this runner out at third base, tell him let it go through. Let it go through. If it's going to end up right in your glove at third base and you're going to get him out, let it go through. And you got to tell him that. But if it's a situation like this where Mookie's going to be safe at third base, then you want that shortstop to cut the ball. And in this situation, throw him out at first so it's cut one, cut one. Tatis Jr. does a great job, sets his feet, turns around, fires the ball. And look who's there, Guerrero Jr. During the play, Guerrero Jr. goes to the ball. Then he realizes the situation. Judge is coming around. He stays out of his way. He gets back on first base, ready to field a throw. He's there. He's ready. Second baseman, you're going after this ball. And then afterwards, you're going to let Mookie go by second base, and then you're going to cover second base in case there's a rundown with Mookie or Judge decides to come to second base. And the ball's going to come to you. I need you on that bag. Pitcher. Right when this ball's hit, I want you to field your position. Unfortunately, Judge crushed it. It got past you. It's okay. No emotions. Going back up third base. There's a throw coming. That's your spot. Outfielders, left fielder. This is on your side. You need to back up the center fielder in this case. And if that ball gets past him, you got to be there and ready to throw to your cutoff man. All right, guys, tough play right here. Great back pick. Base running error on Judge's part, taking too big of a turn. And this is why it's a good thing to hit your cutoff man. Throw through your cutoff man. Throw it to the base. They should be lining up straight. Every throw from the outfield needs to be cuttable. Let's just get there. All right, moving on. Situations, baseball IQ, runner on first. Deep fly ball to center field. The runner on first is tagging. Tries to go to second. Boom, I think he's safe. I can't tell. It's such a bang bang play. There was no cut on the play, but the second baseman was there. Shortstop's covering second base. Pitcher's backing up that throw. Catcher's backing up that throw. First baseman's on first base, ready for this base runner that's tagging up to start running to second and then turn right back around, and he's ready for the back pick. I want to specifically talk about Judge in this situation. When he hits this deep fly ball, it's his job to be on first base by the time the ball is to center field, because the fact that the base runner on first is tagging on this play. This is the only situation where you're not going to run through the bag. You don't need to. You can simply sprint to first, get there by the time the ball's in the center fielder's mitt, have your foot on first base, while the first baseman, the base runner on first also has his foot on the bag. It's just like a rundown situation with two base runners on the same base. But the base runner on first is getting his feet ready to tag up. And what that means is right when the ball's hitting the air, he sees it, he sees where it's going, he heads back to first, gets his right foot on the bag, his left foot in front, his arms ready to run, and right when Trout catches this ball, he's going to leave first base and sprint to second base and try to beat the ball to second base. And if he does, he's going to be safe. What Trout's trying to do, what any outfielder's trying to do in this situation when a base runner's tagging up, is you want to get behind the baseball, you want to run through it, you want to do the proper crow hop, and you want to throw a low line drive all the way to the base. Since there's nobody else on base, if there's an error on this play, you're only worried about one base runner. So it's okay to throw it all the way to the bag and miss the cutoff in this situation, but let me tell you, at the major league level, all those guys are throwing it through the cutoff man all the way to the base. So you youth guys, I want you to keep the ball low, even when you're trying to throw it all the way. One hop to second base in this situation. You don't have to throw it to the cut, throw it through the cut to the bag. Great job, base runners. Catcher's backing up third base, you're heading back to third base, being ready for a rundown pass ball. Left fielder, you're ready for that ball to hit off that helmet of the base runner and deflect into left field. Some crazy stuff, but it's risk management. Got to do it. Great job, guys. Get these plays. Here we go. Moving on. On the swing, Mookie's stealing. Right when the ball's hit, it's in the air. Mookie sees it. He stops. He goes back to first. So that's the base running positive right there. That's the good thing that he did right there. Judge, what he did, he put a good swing on it, put it all the way out to left field, and he sprinted this out. He was completely out of the play. You know, if Harper would have dropped it, he would have been, past first base at that point. So, I mean, that's in case scenario. If Harper does just drop this, Judge doesn't walk to first base, basically. He's able to maybe advance to second if he drops it or anything. Don't ever stay at home and watch this thing. You got to sprint this out, regardless if the guy steals or not. He's not tagging on first. So, center field, left field, you guys got to get behind any ball over onto the side of the field. Left fielder, this is your ball. Drop step, get behind it, set your feet. If you can get behind it far enough to run through it, that's what we want. We don't want to cut on this. You're throwing to the base. You're throwing all the way to first base, but it's got to be a ball that can be able to be cut. That's the difference. It's got to be able to be cut. So if you see Tatis Jr. and Rendon, it's a fly ball on this side of the field. They go after it. Watch. Boom. Drop steps, and then they know where to go after that. They say, okay, that's not my ball. I'm not a backup on that. Shortstop, I'm going to be the cutoff man. I'm going to line up exactly with first base in the ball. Harper, first base, Tatis Jr. is right in a straight line there with his hands up, yelling 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Baez, he immediately goes towards the ball, and then he reads it. He says, oh, there's a base runner. You know, he was covering second anyways on a steal because there's a right-handed batter up. So he just has momentum going towards second. He straddles the bag, no hands up. We don't want the ball going there. Remember, Tatis Jr. is right there with his hands up yelling 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We're going to try to get a double play right here. He was stealing. Mookie was stealing. The ball was in the air and it was caught before it hit the ground. He's got to go back to first. So that's the setup right there for the infield. Rendon goes back to third base in case Harper drops it, in case there's an error on the throw, in case anything bad happens. He's going to be there covering third base already. Also prepared for a rundown situation. If it gets past first base and the ball goes back to second base, he can get off third base and be a backup guy, get into a rundown, and then be ready to go back to third base in case there's an error at that base. I mean, always risk management. Right fielder, on this play, you're going after the ball. You see it's going to left field. You immediately become a backup guy for first base. You see Mookie stealing. You're one of the first guys, right fielders, to see the base stealer on first steal. So immediately, you know he's stealing. You see the ball go into the air. Double play situation. He was not tagging up on the play. Let's get him back up. Catchers, you're backing this play up. You got to get there. You got to read this play. Now, if there's an error on the play in left field, you have to get back to home. You got to be ready to read it. All right, guys. Hey, get these plays down. This is a single to left field. If you're a base runner on first base and there's a single hit to left field, you need to realize that it's tougher to go from first to third on a single to left field compared to if it's a single to center field or to right field, because the distance of the throw to third base is longer from center field and right field. So the left fielder, if he gets a single that he doesn't go back on, really far to his left or right on, and you're the base runner on first base, just know that this is tougher to make it from first base to third base when it's going to left field. And Judge, if you're the hitter with a runner on first base, and it gets through, but your base runner on first doesn't take two bases, there's no reason for you to take a huge turn. If you see Judge's turn, he's way out there in the middle. There's no reason for it because there's a base runner in front of you. You know, that's overly aggressive. I still want you to sprint through the bag on your turn, take up ground, be ready for a bobble so you can take an extra base, absolutely, but don't get too far off. All right, so the catcher on this play, hard ground ball, runner on first, he's going to back up first base. Then he realizes that it's through, then he goes back to home, and then as you see the play develop, the throw goes back to second. Now he starts backing up first base. The pitcher starts coming from backing up third all the way to home. Watch the pitcher. He backs up third base because that's where the ball should go. But now since it goes to second to first, he rotates to home while the catcher goes and backs up first. So we want somebody on a base at all times. Right fielder, you're coming in and backing up this throw to first. You got to hustle and get there. Center fielder, you're backing up your left fielder right here. Third baseman, you got third base. Shortstop, you are the cutoff man to third. Second baseman, you got to cover second base. All right, guys, let's do it. Moving on. Runner on first. Cole delivers. Judge hits a screaming line drive, for sure doubled down the right field line. Bellinger's there, throws it to second baseman, to home. Boom, Mookie's out. All right. Let's check this play out. Let's first talk about the base runners. Now, base runners. When you're on base, like Mookie's on first base, and a line drive's hit, you're supposed to freeze. Because if they catch that ball, you have to go back to first. But in this situation, there are some line drives that you don't freeze on and you just start running. Because if you wait, you're not going to score, or you're not going to take extra bases like you could, and we don't want that. I want you to take advantage of balls that you know you can score on, you know you can take extra bases, like this line drive right here. It was clearly over Guerrero's head, and it was not going right towards Bellinger. If this was right at the right fielder, then what I do is I suggest you to turn around and watch him and freeze. Take another secondary lead if it goes all the way to the outfield. And if he catches it, then you got to hustle back. But if he misses it, you have to get to second base. But in this case, it's down the line. Bellinger was not playing there before the play. This is a for sure hit. This is a for sure double. And Mookie sees it. So this is good base running on his part. Judge is going to two. This is going to be a double. He's trying to go to get a triple. So this is how hard these guys are running on a hit like this down the line. Now, Bellinger hustles to it. It takes him a while to get to it. The first thought in his mind is, since it's to the wall, he's not throwing the ball to third base. No. There was a runner on first base when this double was hit. He's going home. His base is home plate, so he gets the ball. He comes up throwing to home plate. Look who's there. You have the second baseman in front as the primary cutoff man, and you have Guerrero Jr. as the secondary cutoff man. This is called a double cut. The purpose of a double cut is to have two men out there in case there is a bad throw from the outfielder. That is it. The reason for this is because it's usually, most likely, a longer throw, so there is more risk that the ball is going to get away or it's not going to be on line to the cutoff man. So we want two guys out there. The secondary cutoff man's job is to field any bad throw to the primary cutoff man. So if Guerrero Jr. was to see a bad throw from Bellinger that Baez could not handle, like if it was going to hit the ground, it's Guerrero's ball. No ifs, ands, or buts. He wants to get the long hop, not the short hop. I want you guys 10 yards apart. You know, and you can go a little bit farther, a little bit closer from there. It's on you. But I need Guerrero Jr. to be able to react and have enough distance from Baez to field a bad throw from Bellinger. Understand that. This is a double cut. It's a for sure double with a runner on first. I need the second baseman out there. I need the first baseman out there lined up for home plate. Shortstop. In this play, I have you coming to be a cutoff man for third base. Look, he lets the base runner go through. He goes and lines up between Bellinger and third base. In case Bellinger is told or comes up throwing to third base in this situation, we have a cutoff guy there. After the play, the ball goes to second. After that, then Tatis Jr. has to second base. Third base, your job right here is to go to third base and cover it. Now, Tatis Jr. is ready from a throwback from the catcher in this situation. Rendon, I need you to be ready for a throwback from the catcher in case Mookie decides to stop running home, turn around, and get into a rundown. Harper, you're there backing up that play from Bellinger all the way to third, or from catcher all the way to third. Look, after the ball is home, Harper runs back and lines up for a throw to third. Just pre-planning that there's going to be a throw there, just to be lined up. Harper does the same thing. He lines up, ready for a throw from the home plate. Pitchers, in this situation, for sure double, sprint to the line and get back to home. You know the throw's coming there. Mookie, looks like they got you. Situations, baseball IQ, runner on first base. Judge crushes one to the right field gap. That's a for sure double. Mookie's on his way home. Cut off by Baez all the way home. Got him out. All right. Pitchers, in this situation with a runner on first base and a doubles hit. This is a for sure double. I need you to back up home plate. You got to get back there in case there's a bad ball thrown to the catcher. I need a guy there. Catchers, in this situation, realize how many guys are lining up. Make sure that they're lined up. Make sure that their hands are up. Make sure that you're vocal and you have enough time to tell the first baseman to cut 3 or cut 2 if you need to. First baseman's on this one. You guys are dropping down. You're the short cutoff man. Listen to that catcher. Make sure you're lined up. If he wants that ball to go through, don't touch it, man. Let it go through. If he wants you to cut 4, I need you to field it glove side and then get it to home as quick as you can. If he's going to say cut 3 or cut 2, be ready for anything. Second baseman, you're the primary cutoff man in this situation in the double cut. Shortstops, you're the secondary cutoff man right behind this second baseman. Give me 10 yards far apart. Third baseman, you're covering third base. Let the base runner go through, then step up, straddle that bag. If the ball's coming to you, give me a target. Left fielder, you guys are sprinting straight in. You're reading the play. You're reading the base runners. You're reading where the ball's going to go. In this situation, there might be a throw back to third base. There might be a throw back to second base. I need you there to back up. Center fielder, you're all over this. Right fielder, you're all over this. Whoever's going to get that ball, get to it as quick as you can. Come up throwing. With a double hit, you don't want to do a big crow hop. You don't want to waste time out there. Get that ball. If it's rolling on the ground, 2 hands. It looked like it was a 2-hander right there. Trout got it and got rid of it as quick as he could. Man, that's nice. Bellinger, right fielder, you got to help your guy out in center field. If he's going for this ball, tell him where to throw it. Give him confidence. Hey, everybody's got a place to go. Runners on first, double to right field. This is the setup. Let's get it done. Moving on. Situations, baseball IQ, runner on first base, double hit to the left field gap. Here comes Yelich around third. throw's coming home. It's cut by Guerrero Jr. to third base. They slap a tag on Judge. They get him out. Awesome job. Pitchers, in this situation with a runner on first base and you have a double hit to the left field gap, you have to go and back up home in case there's a pass ball. Catchers, you have a big job right here by telling the difference between who's going to be safe and who's going to be not, and if that ball needs to come home. If it looks like the base runner starting off on first base is going to be safe, like in this example, catchers, we don't want that ball coming home. You need to yell out to your shortcut, cut three, cut three. First baseman, in this situation, you have to come down in front of the catcher and be a shortcut. For this reason right here, the catcher noticed that Yelich was going to be safe. We don't want that ball coming home. We want that ball going to third base, and that's why the first baseman's there as the shortcut. Great job, Guerrero Jr. Second baseman, shortstop, you guys are the double cut in this. Shortstop, you're the primary. Second baseman, you're the secondary cut. Second baseman, you take any bad throw, any high throw, any bounce ball. That's you. Shortstop, you're taking those good throws, fielding it glove side, setting the feet, and getting rid of it. Third baseman, you got third base on this. Let the base runners go by. After they pass you and make their turn, step up on there right now, straddle that bag, give me a target. It's that other base runner's coming. I need you being ready. Left field, center field, this is your ball. You guys are both going after it. Since it bounced to Harper, Harper took it. Center field, you turn into a backup guy and a confidence booster. Tell him where to throw. Outfielders that field these balls, doubles, when they're hit, you don't want to crow hop. You want to get it and get rid of it as quick as you can. Right fielder, you're backing up the right side of the field. After the base runner takes his turn at 2, I want you to take over second base. Just in case that base runner decides to stop and now we have a rundown, I have nobody scrambling to cover second. We got it covered. Everyone has a place to be, guys. All right, moving on. Runner on first. Judge pulls one down the line all the way in the corner. Harper's on it. Shortstop's there. Double cut all the way to home. Got him out. Mookie's out at home. Wow, what a play. This is a quick one. So you see third baseman couldn't handle it. Shortstop gets in front. Primary cutoff man. He got it. Rendon moved out of the way when Tatis Jr. got it. He either took a knee or slid off to the side. But they were both there with their hands up, lined up perfectly for home. And then you see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now, why is he down there? Well, we don't need anyone following the runner. We already have a second baseman covering second base. And you and I both know that there's nobody on the field that doesn't have a job. So Guerrero Jr., what he does is he is the shortcut for the catcher. So the catcher has, yes, 3 cutoff men in this situation. He has 2 out there all the way, going to get the throw from the outfielder. They're the relay. No matter what, the throw is going to him. Outfielders, you got to hit one of those guys. Then, whoever gets the ball is going to throw it home, and they're going to throw it through Guerrero Jr. That guy's there in case the catcher wants to cut the ball and get the runner that hit the ball. In this case, it would be Judge. So if the catcher recognizes that Mookie's going to be safe, he's going to cut the ball. He's going to tell Guerrero Jr., cut 2, because they're going to backpick Judge. Or they're going to cut 3 because Judge is trying to go to third and Mookie's going to be safe. There's no reason for the ball to go all the way home. We need to save the time and cut the ball and go for Judge now. But in this example, it doesn't happen. Mookie's out at home. They did not need the short cutoff man, Guerrero Jr. there. But he was there still lining up the throw for Tatis Jr. Excellent, excellent play, guys. Way to get the guy out. Way to get the lead runner. Way to make a good throw all the way around. Pitcher, if you notice that he went on first base side to back this play up because where the ball ended up, it went on the left field line. So he starts running towards the first base line and then backs the catcher up. Right after that, you see Guerrero Jr. sprinting down, getting to the line, being the short cutoff man. Center field, you're trying to help out left field. Tell him where to throw. Be there in case it deflects. Right field, you're sprinting in. You're back up to second base. Primary right side of the field backup. Here we go, double cuts. Runner on first. Get this play down. Let's see it done. Moving on.